Okay, so I am going to show you how you can create a sticker just using your iPad, which will connect to your Cricut machine, or just using your iPad, you print it out and then you can just cut your stickers out. So in my mind, I was kind of thinking I want to do some headphones. So let's say headphones. So I like the way this looks. I'm going to save that image. Opening up my Procreate app, I'm going to hit this little wrench tool, go over to add, and then I'm going to insert a photo, and then that one should be the last photo that I had. I'm going to just fill it up into the screen, turn off the little arrow thing. Once you have your image in there, have that layer up. And when you have that layer up, there's this little N here. So when you click that, you can turn down the opacity so it's not so in your face, so that you can trace over top of it. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. So I just needed an outline of headphones as an idea. So you have your image here, and then when you're about to draw on it, put a new layer on top of it by hitting that plus symbol. So now that you're on that layer, you pick your pen, whatever pen you want to use. That's a little too crazy. Let me try this one. Okay. So I'm just going to trace this out. I'm going to fast forward because you don't need to learn how to trace. Everybody knows how to trace. So I'm just going to trace this out really quick. Okay, once I got the initial trace down, I'm going to take this layer and I'm going to make that one invisible. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another layer and then I'm going to color this in. This part isn't important, but it helps if you're trying to figure out how to do your drawings. So I'm going to create another layer. This is my trace layer, and this will be my color layer. And it will help to name your layers. But I'm working with a new OS and iOS, and I'm working with a new Procreate, so be patient with me. So this is pretty cool that you can like put that in there, but you can get your keyboard to appear, but yeah, so you can rename them, and I'm gonna rename this one outline. Yeah, don't know what I'm doing. So I got that as an outline, and this layer is going to be my color. Now I'm going to work on my colors. Dude, I like that pink that was in this layer, so I'm going to make this layer full so I can grab that pink color. Hopefully I get it. Yep, I got the little pink color, and then I'm going to make that erase. I'm still in my colors layer, and so I'm going to fill in what parts I want to be pink, which will probably be this part and this part. So I want to put this color underneath the outline. Okay, and I also like to take and put a layer per color. So I'm going to rename this second colors. Yay! You should do a separate layer per color. You'll thank me later. I'm letting you know that's what I do, because if I don't do that, it really sucks. So I'm going to do my second color. What if I do a cute little green, teal, blue? Okay. That will do. I'm going to take my background color off. Yeah, see, whenever you take your background color off, you start to see things that don't belong, like right there. Make sure I'm on the right layer, erase it. So when you turn off your background color, you can tell where you're in need of some color. So I'm going to do that real quick. Just double check all my color placements. See, there's another one right here. I think there's a setting that's on my Procreate now where my finger can draw now. So I'm like, nope, I need to turn that off. So this is my first piece of artwork that I'm doing with the new Procreate update. When I drew this, I did everything in my power to not draw it so perfectly that it's just too perfect. I want it to be a little bit imperfect. So at this point now, we have our drawing. I picked 2 colors, whatever. I wanted to keep it simple amount of colors. I didn't want to go crazy with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick another layer. So I'm going to rename this background. See if it, ooh, it's really good. It's intuitive. All right, so I'm going to do this. This is my background layer. So for the background of the sticker itself, I like to put a little white outline on there. So I picked the biggest, I put my brush as big as it can go. I made sure I had white. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an outline on here so that it will be on the outline of the sticker and it'll be the outline of the whole headphones itself. So I'm just going to do a quick outline. What helps me is by not lifting my brush at all. So that helps me a little bit. So then I go in for a second round, making sure that it's even around. I don't know if this part is very important, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this layer away and just make sure I just have the background white layer. I don't know if this is important, but what I like to do is take and fill in the black areas so that it's one full color. Make sure there's no missing pieces and holes, because the Cricut machine is very sensitive to that, and so it will end up trying to cut it and you're like, wait, what are you doing? So what I would like to do is fill this in and just make sure everything is just filled in. I don't want to hear it later on. So now I'm going to get all my layers up. It's a little wonky looking, but you know, it doesn't need to be perfect. But then here I am. I'm going to try to make it perfect. Make sure I'm on my right layer. All right, wonky is my middle name then. It is what it is. Okay, just leave it alone. Okay, so now what I like to do is I'm going to take that background off. So once I have it off here, my next step is I want to take this sticker and this drawing, I want to take this drawing and make it into a sticker. And how I do that is I would hit that wrench button, hit the share button, And then I like to export it out as a PNG. So when you're doing this on your iPad, you wouldn't want to save it as save image onto your gallery, because once it goes from your gallery to print or your gallery to the Cricut Design Space app, it literally takes it and makes it into one picture. It will make it into one square, and it's not going to have a transparent background. So if I save it as a PNG and save it to my files, if I select this option, it keeps it and saves it exactly how you saved it. It will have a transparent background. We don't need this anymore. So my next step is I'm gonna open up my design space. I'm gonna hit home and I'm gonna hit a new project. I like to keep a ruler handy for this particular part. So to start out, I like to look at this canvas. It has all the measurements you need, but to me, in my personal experience, that when I work with this app, even on the computer, or if I'm working on it in my iPad, that it's a little off. So when you're trying to figure out how big you want your sticker, just have in mind, okay, I want to have my stickers to be, say, 2 inches. So you have in your mind 2 inches. So when I'm looking at this canvas, each box for some reason is a 4x4 box. So sometimes I like to play around with the canvas, and I like to use my ruler to see where the measurements are. Now I have a 2x2 box. You can't really see it too well on the camera. Hopefully you can. But this box right here, all these little boxes in these little grids are 2x2. So I know that I'm going to take my sticker, I'm going to keep it in this 2x2 box. So that's how I know I'm going to get a 2-inch sticker. So if I have that in my mind, I'm going to go and start the process of getting your drawing into Cricut Design Space. To do this, you're going to click this upload button. And then it says, take a photo, select from your photo library, or browse files. So we know that what we're going to be doing is browsing our files because we didn't save it as a regular picture. So I'm going to hit browsing our files. Now I am in my cloud drive and I scroll down and there's my artwork. So we found our artwork. Now we're going to upload it. So it's going to ask me to clean up. But see, guess what? We already did that when we created it. So we don't have anything to clean up. So this right here, this box is showing you what the outline would look like. So mine is a little wonky on the top, but I'm okay with it. It's just a little example that I'm doing for you guys. So I don't need to clean up anything. So I'm going to hit this next button. Now it's showing me what the colors are going to look like and if I need to clean up anything. Now, doesn't appear I need to clean up anything from here either because we did this already. So I'm going to hit next. Now here's the part where you have to pay attention. Each one of these boxes represents something different. This is talking about the just cutting the outline image. That's it. So when you do this, all it's going to do is just be something that you use on your canvas in Cricut, and then it will just cut out a little outline. But for this case, if we want it to be a sticker, you wouldn't want to stick this on something. That looks really boring. So we're going to choose this box. Right now, this is chosen. It has a little check mark on it. So when we click this over here, now the check mark is here. This is the part where I always get messed up, and it has a little check mark there, so we're good. Next thing we want to do is image name. So now I'm going to name this headphones. Hopefully you can read my writing. It can. So now we have a name for our file, and now we can hit save. And so it's going to go into your library at this point, and then you can just pick it again. You could pick it. There's this little green box that appears, and then you go to the bottom and it says insert. So you're going to be inserting it into your canvas that you're working on right now. So then it appears, more than likely it's going to appear as large as heck. So you want to click on it using 2 fingers, this is how you scroll down. And then you're just gonna hit those arrows. Click on it. So now I want to make sure, because you never know with this app. Me and this app do not get along very well, but I've used it and it actually works. So I want to double check to make sure I have my box at 2 inches. So I'm just scrolling it up a smidge. Okay, so now, what did I do? Okay, so now here we go. We're good. We're good, everybody. We're safe. Okay, so I'm at 2 inches. So I have a 2-inch box. So I want to take this and put it into this 2-inch box. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to make sure it fits in there. If you got some room, use it all. So now you have a 2-inch sticker. So you know that the canvas is going to be a paper size. This canvas that's here on this Cricut design space represents our sticker paper. So this is the sticker paper that I'm using. It's 8.5 by 11 inch. That's what we're going to be printing on. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to fill in my canvas up to about 7, which is about right here. So I'm going to fill this up with, my headphone stickers. So to do that, I click on this. I click on it. I have it highlighted. And what you're supposed to do is hit action. And so in the action panel, the only option it gives you is to duplicate. So I'm duplicating this a couple times. So I'm going to pull them out. And I believe this is about as far as it will go. So I'm filling up as much as I can on this canvas because I do not want to be wasting no paper. So make sure you are keeping it in a certain amount. So Cricut will tell you whether you have too much or not. Okay, so I got close so I can see, in fact, where I am going with this. This, I feel like it might be a little too much over there, even though this is 8. We do have an up to 8.5, but Cricut likes to keep it in a square, and I'll show you why later. So we're at 6, so I'm quite sure that I can get a couple going down. I feel like I want to take these and move them. And again, we don't want our white lines to cross over because they're gonna be cut. So I'm gonna bring this up a little bit closer to my face because I'm blind. So I'm gonna start from the second layer, so I make sure that everything is moved out of the way of each other and they're not overlapping. This poor little guy. And if you have too many, just hit the X and that will get that off the canvas. He was all alone over there on the side. I just put him out of his misery. Okay, so, all right. Believe it or not, looking at that, that is supposed to represent a piece of paper. So once I got all my stickers in a row where I want them to be, the next step is to send it to your Cricut machine. You feel like you want to hit this button at the top that says make, but you don't want to do that. This right here is the official make it button. So when you click this official make it button, that means it's creating a whole new canvas for your Cricut to see. So when you do that, you know the little wheel is going, you know it's working. Okay, so because of the way I created it, you see over here where it has it going on 2 pages. What I'm going to do now I know that I need to take 3 of these out of here. See how we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 rows, but on my canvas I had 5 rows. So I am going to go back to my canvas and I'm going to take these out. But then I wanted to check something real quick. What will happen if I did 4 going across? Let me see. Duplicate this real quick. And let me see what, you hit the make it button again, and that creates another whole canvas for Cricut to see, and it's going to calculate whether everything's going to fit on one page or if it's going to boop it over to another page, which is not what you want because it's not enough to fill another page. See, I can't even do that one. So go back to your canvas and we're going to take this out. Then we're going to hit the make it button, because if we don't, that same one little pair of headphones is still going to be on there. So it's creating a whole new canvas for Cricut to see again. So now everything is going to be on one page. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my printer and I'm going to put my sheet of paper in my printer. So my printer is a HP Envy 5055. And so in there I have, this is the side that's the sticker paper part. This side is just the backing. So what I want to do is I want to put this in my printer face down. So give me a second. So from here, now we have this canvas. We already have our piece of paper in our printer. And now if we go to the bottom of the page, it says print. So we're going to click that. And it'll give you the spinning wheel of death. And then your printer should appear here. Make sure you have it on single side and color, because otherwise it will give you an example of black and white. So when it gives you the example of black and white, you know, uh-oh, I don't have my color on. So make sure the color is on, and then you're going to hit print. And then it should print. Alrighty, so this is our paper that printed out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our little canvas Cricut machine thingamabob, and then we're going to put this on here and we're going to put it onto the Cricut machine. So now the next step is I'm going to hit this continue button. So we're going to click that. So I have sticky paper. So what I'm going to do is I chose my sticky paper. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my Cricut machine, because it's letting me know, hey, I need to cut some stuff. I have my materials picked. So my next step is to load it. And so my machine right now is telling me, the button starts to flash and it lets me know, hey, you need to load this into the machine. So okay. What I like too is if my iPad locks, it actually says your cut is complete. Cricut sends you a little notification. So we don't need Cricut anymore. So here's another thing that I want to show people, because some people just don't know this. I don't know why. It took me a while to figure it out, so I'm not going to hold it against anybody. When you're trying to take sticker paper off, put it face down. You may be like, what are you doing? But what that does, what you're rolling is just the canvas. You're just rolling this canvas plastic mat. That's all you're doing. And you're just keeping your sticker paper flat and you're just pulling it away. Boom. So as a result, now you have a piece of paper that's not rolling in on itself. Okay. So I like to use my little teeth cleaner thing to pick these up. And look at that. Look at this freaking sticker, y'all. Look at this sticker, y'all. Oh my goodness. So happy about the sticker. And I only took a couple minutes to do it. So You can print these on any type of sticker paper. It just so happened that the only ones that I had in my arsenal is this inkjet clear full sheet labels. They were really supposed to be shipping labels, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can make some stickers out of them. So this is what I use to make the stickers. So yeah, I'll have everything that you might need in the description box below. You can even print them on this piece of paper and take a pair of scissors and cut it out. It all depends on what you want to do. You can either use an exacto knife, so you know you can carefully cut it out. That's how easy it is to make stickers. Basically, a lot of people are using the Procreate app, their iPad, and then they're taking it from the Procreate app and they're putting it into Photoshop, when you really technically do not need to do that. And you wouldn't even need to have a full computer. And so all I used was my Procreate app. I used my Cricut Design Space app. No Photoshop is needed. You don't really technically need to have a sticker cutter. You can even have just the Cricut app and you still will be able to position them exactly where you want them to be, and then you could print them out. With the Cricut app, it helps you so that you're not printing off your paper. So if I were to have my headphones, another layer of my headphones, there's a possibility it might have been off the page a little bit or bled over a little bit. So if you use the Cricut app without having a Cricut machine, you should be okay. I believe you still can use it. And what that does is it helps to keep you within the parameters of your sticker paper. I hope this video was easy for you to follow. Hope you are able to make your own stickers, which are very easy to do. It doesn't have to be technical. It doesn't have to be over the top, and it does not have to be perfect. So that's why I do these videos, is for people. You don't have to be a perfect drawer. I am not a perfect drawer. You can create anything into a sticker and make it your own. So thank you so much for watching my video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.